Good morning, one and all. Today I am going to explain about the topic is spreading spectrum. Okay, in the spreading spectrum, okay, we are going to look into the subtopics or DHSS and FHSS. Okay, which is nothing but frequency hopping spread spectrum and direct hopping spread spectrum. So these two techniques, okay, comes under the spread spectrum method. So now I'll move on to the now I move on to the spread spectrum. That is first of all, the spread spectrum, okay, what it will do means, okay, it is going to provide the privacy of that particular data as well as the anti-jamming method. Okay, the anti-jamming method means if in the one um, in the one transmission link, okay, we are going to passing the n number of data. During that time the data will be a struck, okay, in between. Okay, so during that time it is very difficult to send the data in the given bandwidth. So to overcome that problem, okay, they are going to use for the anti jamming method in the spread spectrum. So during that time what it will do means, okay, they are going to use the redundancy of that particular data, means they are going to use for the one more copy of that original data. Okay, so that, okay, if any struck or if any noisy will be happens, okay, in between, okay, there is no any data will be lost, because already, okay, they have already used the redundant copy of that original data. So that, okay, there is no any data loss will be happens while transferring the data from one device to another device. And then one more thing, okay, they are going to spreading the original spectrum, okay, like needed for the each station. Yes, because the original, okay, message, okay, they are going to spreading over the link, because each station or each device, okay, they want to receive the, okay, their own original data while transferring the one system to another system in the given bandwidth. And this spread spectrum, okay, they are going to require the bandwidth of the each station. Okay, so that we are going to consider that bandwidth has the b, and the and the spread spectrum, okay, expand it to has the bss, means bandwidth spread spectrum, okay, that we call it as the bss. Okay, where in such as the bss is greater than into the bandwidth. Okay, so whenever we are going to expand it the bandwidth, okay, they are going to allows the source to bind the message in the protective manner, so that our data or our transaction will be more and more secure. So this is what the spread spectrum will be a working. Then you look at this, they are going to achieve the two goals, that is whenever the bandwidth will be allocated to each station, okay, they are going to use for the large number of bandwidth. So bandwidth, okay, during that time we have to allow the redundancy of that message or redundancy of the data. So again the second one is, okay, we are going to expanding the original bandwidth, that is b, to the bandwidth of the spread spectrum, that is bss. Okay, it must be done by the process. Okay, like a process, okay, that it should be independent of the original signals. Then see, you look at this diagram, the spread spectrum bandwidth. So see, this is what the first in the left hand side, okay, it is showing the small bandwidth. Okay, thus bandwidth they are going to, so the first of all, okay, the bandwidth will be a minimum, okay, whenever it is going to processing the whenever they are going to processing the data, okay, the given data into the each station, means they are going to spreading the data to the each station. During that time, okay, the bandwidth of the spread spectrum, okay, will be a more, will be a large, because each station, okay, they want to receive their own set of data. During that time we have to provide the security, privacy and data protection, everything, so that we required large number of bandwidth. So we are going to use for the bss, that is bandwidth spread spectrum bandwidth. So so this is this will be helpful for this is helpful for making the large number of data in the transmission link. So then next one is we are going to use for the two techniques of the spread spectrum, that is frequency hopping spread spectrum, and direct sequence spread spectrum. Then what is the frequency hopping spread spectrum? See, the frequency hopping spread spectrum, that is FHSS, okay, they are going to use for the m different carriers, means they are going to use for the n number of different carrier frequency that can be modulated by the source signal. Okay, like in the like whatever the modulated signals, okay, they can be carries the one frequency, means they can carry the one carrier frequency at the next moment. Okay, the signal modulated to the another carrier signals, means each and every time, okay, they are going to carries the one set of the carrier signal or carrier frequency, like that for each and every time they are going to keep on changing the like signals, okay, carrier frequencies. Okay, like finally they have modulated the like one carrier signals or one frequency at a time. See, you look at this diagram, okay, whenever we are going to keep on changing the frequencies, okay, during that time, okay, our frequency signal will be a change, then for finally we have modulated only one frequency at a time. So this is what the FHS is, okay, it will be happen. Then they are going to see the original signal will be modulated into the frequency synthesizer. Okay, the frequency synthesizer, they are going to create the carrier signal of the frequency, and the source signal modulated the carrier signals. Okay, means the source signal they are going to modulated the original carrier signals at only once. So this is what the FHS is. Then what is the DHSS? So like one more thing in the FHSS, okay, based like they were going to give the like n bit pattern, okay, or it is a like the n bit pattern, okay, the given bit pattern, okay, they are going to fetching in the frequency table, okay, whether the given pattern, okay, it is going to matches in the frequency table. Okay, if it is matches, yes, obviously the first hop like the first frequency will be a generated, means the first frequency of the first carrier frequency signal will be a generated with with respect to the frequencies. Okay, suppose like the 111, okay, means 111, okay, it is going to matches to the frequency level will be a 900 kilohertz. So that speed of the frequency, okay, they are going to generated at a time. So this is what the FH is. Then what is the direct sequence spread spectrum? So the DSS, okay, which is nothing but they are going, which is nothing but it is also one of the technique of the spread spectrum. It is going to expand the bandwidth of the original signal, but the process is different. Okay, so he like what is that process is different means, okay, whenever the each bit with the n bit, okay, they are going to use it, means whenever like each bit of the each bit, okay, they are going to replace with the n bit using the spreading code. In other words, okay, the DSS, which is nothing but each bit is assigned a code of n bit that called chips. Okay, where the chips rate is n times the n times of the data bit. See, like whenever the original signal, okay, they are going to modulated into the into the chips. Okay, means the chips, okay, they are going to generated into the spread signals, means they are going to generated with the modulated signal. So that we are going to call it as the direct hopping. So here there is no any frequencies, whenever it is going to keep on changing the frequency. So along with that they are going to changing the frequency signals. Okay, so finally they are going to display the only one frequency in the given bandwidth. But here the direct spread spectrum, okay, the original signals, okay, they are going to modulated with the means the original signals, okay, they are going to modulated with the others, okay, other bit, okay, that will be n bit. Okay, that method we call it as the chips. Okay, where the chips that are generated, okay, I mean chips, which is nothing but the data rate, okay, or it is a data bit, okay, in the given time, okay, they are going to produce the result at a time. So this is what the DSS. Thank you.